Hi, everybody. Hey, I wanted to start off. I know we have a lot of rain coming, and I'll get to that, but I wanted to start off marking the fact that today is May 1st, and that marks the end of the snowpack season, that at least for recreational purposes and local water storage purposes, especially around Mount Hood, that we say the snowpack season is generally over. So, with that said, here's what we have. This, by the way, was courtesy of the live camera this morning, KGW TV, with the blue sky, just gorgeous. Look how fresh the snow is. Wow. 2 feet, basically, the last several days. They were dry up there today. So the Mount Hood test site, if you don't know where they measure the official snowpack for Mount Hood, is just off of Timberline Road at the 5,400-foot elevation. So that's right off of Highway 26. You turn up the Timberline and a little ways up, it's off to the left. If you put a ruler down through all that snow today, or a yardstick, if you will, you'd measure 132 inches of snow on the ground. And then if you melted all of that, what we consider to be stored water, you would have 47 inches of water stored, which is the big thing that we want, right? Normally, the entire snowpack, and these numbers, the averages have been falling decade by decade. At one point, it was well over 60 inches. Now it's 56.60 is considered normal. Again, this snowpack season, 47 inches. That what they call snow water equivalency, SWE. SWE is the main thing that we look at. That's 83% of normal. You go back last year, the Mount Hood snowpack was 101% of normal. You always want to be 100%. You're never going to do it all the time. 83%, I will tell you, is a good, healthy number. So we should feel good about that as the snowpack season comes to an end. And then I do want to touch on the snowpack as of this morning around the Pacific Northwest. So take a look at this map. It's color coded, and I have the legend over here to the left. So basically, here's the Mount Hood Basin area. And if you look at the yellow, 70 to 89% of normal, those lighter colors are anywhere from 90 to 130% of normal. And really, if you just run right down the Cascades, these are mostly numbers that are 90% of normal or better, mostly. So the Cascades in Oregon, a really good snowpack season wrapping up today. Really great news. In fact, the dark blue color, some areas 150% normal. Wow. Now, jump over into central, jump down to the Klamath Basin, and you jump out toward the blues, and you can see all of the red dots. Unfortunately, that's not great news. That's under 50% of what's considered normal snowpack numbers for the end of the season. And then if you jump into Washington, including the Washington Cascades, not nearly as much snow. And much of Washington sitting at under 50% of normal snowpack. And you may remember it was in the news a couple of days back that Washington is being proactive, the lawmakers in Olympia, and they've gone ahead and issued drought proclamations for later this summer, which basically just paves the way for water usage and possible restrictions and all that type of thing. And if you think about it real quick, where were the majority of our storms coming from this year? They were coming out of California. Remember, we had big low after big low that hit California. The California Sierra, especially the Tahoe Basin, terrific snow numbers again. So all that moisture, those storms sent the moisture up from California northward into Oregon and then farther north into Washington. So when you picture it, it makes sense that the Oregon Cascades had a much better snowpack season this year than the Washington Cascades. And that absolutely turned out to be true. So anyway, that's always interesting to keep tabs of and really important. Okay, we have a lot of rain coming. I'm going to get to a quick word from my sponsor, the Momentous Wealth Podcast. And you can find the podcast, just search Momentous Wealth in the Apple Podcast Store or on Spotify. And I just checked, Todd Pisarcik's team just loaded, I think today, this brand new podcast called The Magic Number. And it basically addresses an article that came out in the Wall Street Journal that tosses out a figure saying this is what you should have, the average American family or individual, to be able to retire so-called comfortably. And Todd looks at that number and he breaks that down. I'm going to listen to that podcast myself, hopefully tomorrow, and invite you to do it too. The Momentous Wealth Podcast, Apple Podcast, or listen on Spotify. And thank you, Momentous Wealth Podcast, for sponsoring my YouTube channel. Okay, let's get into all the rain coming. So I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. I'm based out of Vancouver, Portland. And we have some rain coming in tonight. And then the big update is a lot of rain coming Friday and Saturday and more on Sunday. So this is the water vapor imagery. It's 6:06. I'm coming to you right now on a Wednesday evening. So right here where my cursor is, kind of a semi-weak flow of moisture. This is the cloudiness that quickly came in today after we had sunshine this morning. It still looks like we're going to have developing rain this evening, and whatever rain we get will basically be overnight and mainly out of here by tomorrow morning. Now, back here where the colors are darker, that indicates more moisture, certainly at higher depths in the atmosphere. This is an impressive flow of moisture that will come in as early as Friday noon into Portland, Salem, and Vancouver. Give us hours of steady rain Friday night, Saturday, even likely showers on Sunday. There's another front back in here that comes in Sunday night, and that keeps the rain chances going into Monday. So there's a lot of moisture that's building back here. And let's go ahead and jump to, this is the American GFS future radar product. So this is the rain that we have coming in tonight. I don't know if we're going to get a 2/10 of an inch or a quarter of an inch or not. It looks like the best chance to get a quarter of an inch of rain overnight tonight would be you folks, Salem and southward in Oregon. So we'll keep an eye on that. The bigger event, what I'm really going to focus on, is what comes in on Friday. So this is Friday morning, already raining at the coast. A lot of the weather models say that we have rain right around noon into the I-5 corridor. And then eventually, this is in the afternoon, this rain pushes northward up through Olympia and up into Seattle. Notice the rain, this is Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. is all the way through the gorge. We've got snow levels. I'm looking at my notes Friday on Mount Hood that are about 5,000 to 5,500 feet. So that's rain at Government Camp, rain over Santiam and Willamette passes potentially as well. Notice going into Friday evening and Friday overnight. Here we go. This is widespread steady rain. Now we go into Saturday morning, and the rain breaks up somewhat as you get up into central Washington and up towards Seattle, but it's heavier where you see the yellows down in Eugene and down into Medford and Roseburg. There's North Bend and the Southern Oregon coast. This is Saturday morning. This is Saturday. Now we're getting into Saturday afternoon. There are some breaks, but look at the range is centered over the Willamette Valley and out through the Columbia River Gorge. Still some rain up through at least Olympia and probably Seattle. This is Saturday night. Now the action is really breaking up as we go into Sunday morning, but there are decent shots of rain out east. There's Baker City and into the Blue Mountains. This is early Sunday morning right here. So if you got that, we had rain picking up first thing in the morning Friday, and then into the afternoon becoming steady and widespread, raining all of Friday evening, all of Friday night, up and down the west side of Oregon and much of Washington, and raining most of Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. And then when you wake up Sunday morning and all that's breaking up, and if you have plans Sunday, there's reason to be hopeful. There will be showers on the radar, but there's reason to believe that, maybe we don't get that much. It's not that bad. This definitely shows you going into noon Sunday that we've got broken areas of rain and really not that wet here on the west side of Oregon or Washington, especially in the coast. But there is rain that will be continuing at times, not as much. Here are some showers on Monday afternoon. Here's a shower chance lingering on Tuesday, not much, but some rain. And I think this is going to at least show a shower chance kind of lingering on Wednesday. But anyway, you get the idea. Every day through the mid part of next week has some rain in the forecast. But that big chunk by far is what develops Friday morning into afternoon and is steady through much of the day Saturday, especially for Oregon on the west side. So how much rain are we talking about? So I go through the models and I pick the one that I think has the most reasonable number. This is the Canadian model. So let's say it has the most logical number. This shows you rain totals from what falls tonight, which will be a little bit, and then all that rain coming in Friday, Saturday, and through Sunday ending at 5 p.m. So between now and Sunday, 5 p.m. Let's go through the numbers. Up in Olympia, 1.56. Up in Seattle, an inch or more. You've got over an inch in Portland. You've got 1.25 down in the Salem area. You've got maybe 2 inches of rain once you get down to Eugene, and then over 2 inches of rain when you get down into the Roseburg area and Grants Pass area, and an inch and a half or so potentially. A little bit of a dry spot in the valley down in Medford, but some rain. And then if you look at the southern Oregon coast, 3 inches. Coos Bay, maybe a couple inches of rain, potentially, certainly up into the Florence area and maybe Newport. And then you've got more like 1.75 inches around Lincoln City, or Tillamook, pardon me, and then 1.65 up in Astoria. And then you've got decent moisture amounts. I mean, this is 83 100s to 94 100s of liquid water out in the blues. Again, snow levels are going to be higher than they've been. They're going to be generally around 5,000 feet. So a lot of this for travel will just be rain. But that's a big time soak and certainly a cool, wet start to the month of May. May typically in Portland produces about 2.5 inches of rain. So if we can come out of the gate with over an inch, that is really a good solid start, right? This is the European upper level flow pattern. And again, this is Friday's low. This is a cold low, a strong one, 540. That's an enclosed 534. No, I'm sorry, they do this differently. An enclosed 537. Some of the weather models I look at go by 6 millibar increments. This goes by 3. Okay. 537 millibar low right there. This is Friday afternoon. So the rain's absolutely steady Friday night into Saturday. This is Saturday afternoon. The low is centered over Oregon. That's why it's still raining and it's chilly. Now, Sunday afternoon, there's that system over basically getting into Salt Lake City. So we have showers, but clearly we're in between systems and it's a drier day on Sunday. But then this shows more rain with another trough digging down. This is Monday afternoon. This is Tuesday afternoon. This is into Wednesday. Remember what I just showed you from the Canadian model showed some shower Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but not a lot. This European model makes me think there would be more rain, especially Monday, Tuesday, and what the Canadian is showing. Now, I will tell you this, all weather models, including the American models, show that Thursday and Friday of next week, we get this ridging building in. So if that's true, Thursday, Friday of next week, we'd be treated to some sunny days that would probably have a chance to get up to 70 degrees. This shows it would still be dry on Saturday. This is May 11th if you have plans, and not bad on Sunday, May 12th. So that's kind of what's coming up if you look down the road. Okay, these are the current numbers. 59 in Portland at 6 o'clock, 57 down in Salem, Medford 66. I apologize. I'm still working on getting that forecast link working. Let's go over to Bend. So moisture overnight tonight, that's going to give Portland, Salem, and Vancouver some rain more to the south of Portland, less to the north. Does appear there'll be some moisture going into the morning hours over in Central Oregon. Friday's dry, 65. And then you've got from that system that brings the rain into the west side Friday, that is rain, maybe a snow mix overnight, early morning on Saturday and Sunday. That's a wet weekend over in Bend. Lows in the 30s and daytime highs running at about 52 degrees over there. Let's check out Newport. We know this is going to be some rain overnight tonight. And then we know it's going to be a rainy Friday, a rainy Saturday, showers on Sunday. Look at the temps, low 50s. Man, that's chilly weather. Shower chances into the first part of next week. Up in Seattle, let's go that direction. Thursday. So one thing you're going to find in my Portland forecast is after we have the clouds and the rain passing tonight, tomorrow goes to be mainly dry. This shows Seattle gorgeous, 64. I got Portland at 66 tomorrow. There's that rain building on Friday. Saturday will be rainier in Oregon than it will be in Washington overall in terms of rain amounts and coverage on Friday. But Saturday, everybody gets rain, and there's the shower chances in Seattle continuing into next week as well. Okay, let's go ahead and click on Salem, our beautiful capital city. Spotty showers tomorrow, but generally Salem during the day will be dry, partly sunny, 62. I like that. The wet weather on Friday and Saturday, and the showers continuing with the cool weather for the first start of May. Okay. Mount Hood, they didn't pick up any snow today. It's been dry. Timberline's 34. I just want to show you the passes are fine at 39. The government camp at 40 today. So obviously that's good travel. And this is fine travel. Could be kind of a wet mix over some of the passes overnight tonight. So just check conditions before you go up there. But right now, all passes are in good shape. And daytime highs tomorrow, well up into the 40s at government camp. Could be 53 with rain at government camp Friday. Again, most of the precip going into the weekend will be rain at 4,000 feet as we talked. And here's Portland's 7-day courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. So rain coming through tonight. Some of the modeling gives us a couple tenths of an inch of rain. I don't know if it's going to be that much or not, but we'll get some. Then tomorrow is a day that could be partly to mostly sunny with some spotty showers mostly over the mountains. So keep an eye. 66, everything says it's going to be a warmer day than we have been having. Friday, it's dry in the morning. Rains here by noon, and then it's all rain through Saturday afternoon. We talked about that. Good grief. Showers on Sunday, not as wet of a day. And really, to me, the jury's still out on how much rain we actually pick up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. The modeling is kind of all over the board on that. All the models do show rain chances. They just vary on if it's a few showers or if there's actually a decent shot of rain mixed in there. And then we have the drier weather coming in on the warmer weather on Thursday and Friday. So that's your update. Yesterday, I did my summer projection, focused on the number mainly of 90-degree days expected in Portland and the North Willamette Valley. So on my YouTube channel, that's the one I did yesterday. You'll find that, and I think you'll find it interesting to click on that and view it. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon.